says, what would you say to someone that just got turned away from this entire teaching over your brown nose comment? Says they got triggered and enraged.
They clearly weren't listening to the teaching, because everything I said should have made you completely untriggerable into an enraged place. Okay? We use phrases that we all know what that means. And the brown nose comment has nothing to do with the color of one's nose because of your skin color. It has to do kind of where people think your nose may have been, because you're so much following somebody, and that's what that comment is from. And if that triggered you, you're not ready for this. You don't have enough maturity to deal with. I can't believe you've never heard that comment before. And if you think it's a racial comment, then you really don't even know what the idiomatic phrase has to do with. Okay, it's not a racial comment. So I don't know what triggered you about it. I mean, listen, if that triggered you, you don't listen to any of the other teachings, because I say a lot worse. Okay. I don't know what else to say. I mean, if that triggered you, you're in big trouble trying to listen to some of the other stuff. All right? Okay? And so, look, people have said to Billy that they think he's a brown noser. And I said, yeah, his nose is brown. And it's an idiomatic phrase, and it's not racial. Okay? All right? And if you don't understand the phrase, I can't explain it here, that'll get me in more trouble. But you should know what the phrase means. Okay, it's an idiomatic phrase for someone who just kiss ups to somebody to try to get some benefit. So they're not genuine, they're just being phony to impress you so they can get something out of it. Okay, that's what the phrase means, all right? And it's not a racial thing. It's a functional thing, okay? Anyway. Don't listen to the other teachings. Oh my goodness. I apologize. I feel bad that you were triggered. But you know what? You should have listened to the whole teaching, because today I explained to you from this growth point of view that this teaching was exactly what you needed to hear, and you needed to have me say that comment so that you could see the triggering, so you could ask better questions, understand why you were triggered by a comment from the microphone. And you're probably triggered because you thought, how dare a guy in a microphone at a religious, there's a Sabbath and everything, use some of the phrases that I use. And that's your judging through your filter, through what you think is appropriate. And I feel bad that you're that emotionally challenged to be triggered by something like that. This is a chance to grow. Okay, so if you can receive this the right way, and probably the person who already left and isn't even in the room anymore because they got triggered, but if you are in the room, if this is enough to trigger you, you got a lot, you're not gonna make it, okay? Life is tough. And lots of things happen. If that's something that's enough to trigger you, we got a lot of work to do, okay? But then again, let me tell you, Billy and I, Rabbi Tom and I, and the rest of them, when we talk to you guys and stuff that's triggering you guys, we look at each other like, oh man, we got so much work to do. Because we are so easily triggered. We are. Incredibly easy. And you know what? Hasatan, if you want to understand his methodology, he is going full speed, full bore, as hard as he can to make us triggered about everything. Just watch your news. This whole wokeism thing is all about finding excuses and things to be triggered about. I'm going to be triggered about race. I'm going to be triggered about gender. I'm going to be triggered about wealth. I'm going to be triggered about somebody being president or not. Everything's about being triggered about everything. Hasatan wants you all to be in a negative emotional place at all times. He wants you to be upset at all times. And so they want to give you all these things to be upset about. Okay? And so we got a lot of work to do.